What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy Beehive Radio Shouting. Stepping in the building, I got an artist that's tearing up the streets as we speak. David Sabastian in this thing. What's good with it, boss?
What's good?
All right, now, Dave, I'm going to be real with you. That America on Fire was on fire. Okay, talk to me about putting that banger together, man.
The creation of the visual or the song?
The song first.
It was the beginning of the pandemic. Nobody knew what Corona was yet. COVID was. Everyone's scared. Everyone's in their crib. We on lockdown. And I remember wanting to make a song for the times, right?
Come on now.
And that song was originally sampled from We Are the World. So the beginning part, America, that was We Are the World. We are the do, and it went into that. But we couldn't clear that record because we had to go through Michael estates and like 10 different Quincy's estate, fucking everybody's estate. It was not happening. So I got a choir. Some of them was from Kanye's choir.
What?
And I got like a 30-piece choir, and I didn't even know what I was gonna have them re-sing until I got in the studio, and I was like, what is this record saying? And I was just like, America's on fire right now. So I walk in the booth, I'm just like, America is on fire, you know, all that shit. And man, yeah, I'm really just speaking my truth. I don't even really call it rapping. I'm like narrating.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It ain't a blessing if you sneeze no more, though, man. I mean, when I heard that bar right there, I totally understood exactly where you were coming from with it, man. So, I mean, break down those lyrics and how in-depth you wanted to be, because at the same time, then you turn around and switch it up on the hook on them.
I'll break it down for you. So, like, let's take, so it says, your melanin comes with superpowers, right?
Facts.
Now, that originally was No One Man Should Have All That Power, a Kanye spoof, but then Kanye wouldn't clear it. This song was like a completely different song. Niggas wouldn't clear it for me. So I had to come up with Your Melanin is Your Superpower. People in power get theirs by taking ours, right? And all the black people that are in power, they cowards. They're scared to lose their houses, cars, and like, there's a lot of black people who are millionaires, multi-billionaires who have power, who could really shift the paradigm of our culture, but they're afraid to speak out because if they do, they might lose the crib. They might lose their life.
Talk to me about using your platform for righteousness and really just speaking to the people at the same time, because at the end of the day, you know, you gave them what they wanted on the hook, but them verses was the soul food.
Well, number one, so I have a clothing line, right? And it's called Skid Row Fashion Week. And my philosophy was the last thing the world needs is another t-shirt, right? So to me, the last thing the world needs is another song talking about some bullshit.
Nothing.
I mean, not that there's a time and a place and it's escapism and you want to have fun with your girls and it's cool, but we have trillions of those songs. They come out every day. There's like 3 billion songs that come out a day on Spotify and Apple. Most of them are just about, you know, whatever. So everything I do needs to mean something in some way. So that's the reason why I do it for the people. I do it for the people with no voice. I do it for the people who don't even understand this perspective yet. But, you know, by listening to my songs, it might inspire them to learn, to grow.
The visual behind that thing, though, man. So, I mean, you are already going crazy with the bars, but then it's time to hit them with the visual. How do you go about, you know, debating how you're going to go about making these visuals for these songs, too? Because the visual has to be just as compelling as them bars to really get that point across.
So, everything is in my head, right? Everything is in my head, and I practice like deep state meditation, visualization practices, because the movie, the painting, the clothing, it's all in my mind, right? So what I normally do is I get like some napkins or a sheet of paper, and I kind of just doodle out ideas. Like I drew Jesus getting painted white. I drew the Confederate flag in some girl's ass. I drew the Statue of Liberty on fire. I just drew all these like iconic moments that I kind of wanted to convey. Yeah. And then Sarah, who helped me produce it, I sit down with her. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need an 18-wheeler. I'm gonna need fireworks coming out of girls' ass. And she's like, David, how are we about to do this? I'm gonna need a nigga with a flamethrower. We need goats. We need like 20 goats. Man, and she helped make it happen. It was a collective effort, but really just dreaming big. You know, just dreaming big and not being afraid to actually push the boundary.
Pushing the boundary again with that revolutionary, man. I mean, that's another one of those joints where you really let folks have it again. I mean, talk to me about just the style and the lane that you're going in with the music, because that was a back-to-back, you know, 2-hitter quitter.
Man, I got a 7-quitter shitter. I'm like, man, this is really just the beginning. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. But revolutionary, I just did my deal.
Yeah.
I just, became a millionaire. I just got my master's. I just created a situation for myself that was revolutionary, especially preceding all the black revolutionaries that came before me who died or fought for this same level of equity in the business. So I had a studio session, and that whole song was a freestyle.
What?
That's why on the second verse I'm slurring, because I'm a rich nigga. That's literally me in the booth fucking just going ham. I didn't, that's just how I feel.
Exactly. When you looked up and the money came in, though, David, how did that change your mind and your perception of your reality as an artist? Because, I mean, beforehand, you're working to get to that level, and then you see it show up on your doorstep. What did that do to you?
I'm not going to lie. So I'm in a transitional period right now where I'm giving a lot of my shit away, a lot of my possessions away, because I got a lot of money and I did things that black men normally do when they get money, because we spend a lot of our lives in pain.
Come on.
And in trauma, you know what I mean? Eating fucking cup of noodles and riding a butt, like just being a black man. So when you get money, you got to save it and you need to make smart investments and build portfolios and shit like that. But it's nothing like that 18 karat fucking Rolly presidential on your wrist.
Come on.
I was homeless a year and a half ago. I was living in my office the size of this room.
Oh my God.
First thing I got was a big ass penthouse.
Why not?
Gave my mom 50 bands off top. Like, I did the things that I've always dreamed of, but now that I've done it, I realize that I don't really need it. Yeah. So, I'm moving out the penthouse and I'm getting something actually bigger than the penthouse, but it's just not in some corporate ass building and shit. It's like more like lofty. I'm giving, materialism in its essence really don't mean shit.
Come on now.
It's cool for like a day or a week. That Lambo feels better in your mind. Like, I'm gonna have a Lambo, I'm gonna drive around, I'm gonna get some girl. But when you actually get in it, it's very temporary. So, yeah, man.
When you think about your career leading up to that point and just the different artists and folks that you were able to work with, man, I mean, what were those situations and times that you felt like you were really being able to, draw upon your creativity and give these folks what they needed?
What do you mean?
Well, as a writer and just a creative.
But what's the question?
Oh, yeah. Leading up to this point, because I know you've been in the game for a minute. So what were the times that you felt like you was really getting your creativity off leading up to this point?
Shit, I am creativity. I'm not an artist. I'm what art is. I'm an embodiment of my creativity. So it's never been a point. Like, when I walked in, I was on an iPad designing a collection. When I get back in the car, I'm going to be working on another collection and figuring out this art gallery situation. And then later I have a meeting for this short film I made. Like, I just breathe art. So whether I'm poor, whether I'm rich, homeless, that's never going to stop the flow of creative energy.
Beyonces Perfect, man.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
So Beyonces Perfect, I wrote on the piano, and I originally was singing it on some like Beatles shit, like on some folky Beatles shit. And that record is like a satire, because we look at Beyonce, we look at Rihanna, we look at Kanye, we look at Drake, we look at these people as the idea of wealth and perfection and shit, and at the end of the day, they're just like us. They're just humans who worked their ass off and got to a point in life. So the verse I'm talking about, like, I just want to be rich in a big old house. I want to have these things, the second verse is deep. When it's like they killed Michael and Prince over publishing. You know, it's deep. It's deep, man.
So now, when you think about Michael and Prince dying over publishing and stuff like that, what are your thoughts when you know that you creative as hell and you've been in a big ass catalog as well?
This is some real shit. This earth that we live on, this plane, this 3-dimensional prison, it's not forever.
Yeah.
And neither do I want it to be forever. I'm here to learn lessons. I'm here to break generational curses. I'm here to be a conduit for the universe. And you know, this world is evil. This music business is evil. Shit is wicked, you know? Yeah. So however long I got on this planet, I can't live in fear. I have to continue to give people the jewels that I got and I've learned, and at any cost, like at any cost. I can't be one of them artists that play it safe.
Exactly.
Now.
No, not at all. Now, when it comes to collaborating with other artists, folks like Big Sean and them, what is it like getting in there and having to sharpen your sword against other folks that's getting busy as well?
I wouldn't necessarily call it sharpening a sword because, you know, we have different what's that word? We have a different arsenal. You know, some people got swords. Some people got, you know, nunchucks. Some niggas got machine guns, right?
I'm with you.
The shit I got is metaphysical. It's not even a weapon, you know.
No, I feel you.
You know, so I just do me.
Yeah.
I just do me. I walk in the studio with anyone and just there's never a sense of like competitorship or whatever. It's just like, how do I be the most David I could be on this record?
That's right.
You know.
How long you been down with the music though, Dave?
Since I popped out. I was rapping in my mama's stomach, man. For real.
So between the time of conception, because I'm willing to say that you was probably in somebody's nutsack jamming too. Man. So by the time you got out into this world, and by the time you found yourself in the studio, what was that point?
All right, here goes like a brief history of me.
Yeah.
Was born, my mother was a devout Christian black woman, grew up in Watts. My father was a Jewish rabbi. They had me. He left. He created a synagogue. He left, and it was just me and my mom. And the first thing my mom did was buy me books on Michelangelo and Picasso. And I was 1-2 years old, and she's putting headphones on, playing like Mozart, and making me watch Fellini films and French films, and just really culturing me. And I don't even know how my mom got that culture because, you know, she was from Watts, she was from the projects, you know what I mean? But I think she just wanted me to be expansive. So for most of my childhood, I was an artist, painter, drew cartoons, shit like that. Went to high school notoriously, as people know. You know, I got into like a lot of trouble as a forward-thinking black man. Got kicked out of school, and I wanted to do music when I got kicked out of school, but I didn't want to be a high school dropout who was rapping. I didn't want that stigma. I didn't want to be like, yo, I dropped out of high school, I got these bars for you. So I looked at an industry that I thought was the easiest to navigate through, that gave you a sense of prestige. Like nowadays, anyone can have a clothing line. Yeah. You have a clothing line?
I got merch.
Okay, so you got merch, right?
Yeah.
There was a time 8-9 years ago where it was hard to get merch. It was hard to find the factory, the blanks, the this. If you was making a clothing line, it had some weight to it. So I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm about to be a designer. Yeah. Because, you know, at that time it was a bunch of like very like designers were timid. They didn't really have no like bravado. And I was like, man, I'm dope. Yeah. And this shit is easy. I'm about to do that. So I started doing that, and I went door to door on Melrose. And anyone that's listening to this, you know, you got to put in the work.
That's right.
You can't be afraid to hear no. I heard 100 no's. Nah, no time. I went back to the same store the next day. Next day, yo, you gonna listen to what the fuck I got to say.
Exactly.
End up getting a bunch of design jobs, working for Steve Aoki, Teenage Millionaire, fucking, Diesel, Ruka, blah 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 blah, a bunch of brands, and I got to a point where I was like, I want to make music, right? And I met this guy who actually's funny story. I was walking down the street and I was being escorted by 3 rabbis who were helping me in the garment district. He seen me, he pulled his car over, and he said, "Who the fuck are you? I be seeing you at Diddy's parties, I be seeing you all over. And now I just seen you with some rabbis. Who are you?" He didn't know when I was at Diddy's parties and I was in Lake. I was like sneaking into this shit. Like I was just a badass kid trying to navigate. So long story short, he was a music executive.
Yeah.
He had an artist signed to Warner. I told him I made music. He kind of sunned me on that, and he said, "Style my artist." I styled his artist for like 6-7 months. Every day telling him, "You know I make music, right? You know I make music, right?" Shunned me to the left. I ended up leaving LA to go work for a billionaire who was building some underground, eco-friendly, self-sustaining city in Arizona. I'm out there fucking underground, 30 stories underground, building a fucking city when this motherfucker goes to shit. And I was making a lot of money, but I wasn't doing what I love the most, which is making music. So I called the dude and I said, "Listen, I'm willing to leave this life. I'm willing to leave this money if you just record one song on me." He said, "I'll record one song on you." I got back to LA. The first day I got back, I recorded a song called Pussy Marijuana. It was a sample from the Brazilian Girls, this infamous French group, and it was Pussy, Pussy, Pussy Marijuana. We dropped that shit. It went #1 on Break the Crates the following week. It did 4 million views on World Star back when that was it went crazy. First song out, first song ever. Got such a big response. Had to shoot the video. Shot the video, and then Sylvia Rome, fucking LA, everybody flying me, everyone trying to give me a deal. I'm like, I told y'all niggas I could do this music shit.
Exactly.
Just give me a thing. And that was the beginning of the music career. And then, single after this, made a couple mistakes, aligned myself with certain people that did blah, blah, blah. Just the game, the grind,
I need you to go back to that time in Arizona when you found yourself building an underground city in this thing. Yeah. What did that do to your mind when you think to yourself, okay, we're underground building a damn city? And the realities of that versus everybody else's normal reality out here.
Well,
above
the thing
ground.
is we only know 3% of what's actually going on around us. I believe there's cities in the core of the earth.
Yeah.
You look at the Matrix and they have there's cities, there's niggas is on Mars right now. Niggas is on Mars right now.
I'm with you.
Chilling.
Yeah.
On Mars. Earth is dying. So the rich and the elite, they're already creating plan Bs, plan Cs, plan Ds. So just being a part of that was just me realizing that the world is kind of fucked. And the world is kind of fucked. And I gotta do something, man.
Yeah.
I gotta wake our generation up before it's too late.
Facts. So now you look up and you got the LA Reeds and the Puff Daddies and everybody taking notice of your movement, man. What was that like when you started to receive that kind of critical acclaim to what you got going on?
Man, I've always kind of had a wishy-washy kind of experience with influencers and influential artists. I got this bar in my song. It says, "I'm your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, but to be honest, I rarely get acknowledged. They all know I got it, but there's nothing they want to do about it." Some of the biggest artists in the world be looking at my stories. They be hitting me up. They'll give me props all day on the side. "Yo, you a genius." Nigga, say it. Tweet it. Post it.
Come on.
Give a nigga a leg up. I've designed shit for people who made millions of dollars off of my ideas. Millions. And won't even repost it. Won't even tag a nigga, But that's the reality that I've come to live in, and I'm not resentful because it's the game.
Yeah.
Somebody told me these rappers are so insecure. They're like, you don't even understand how sensitive these rap ass niggas are. So when you come from a place of I come from a place of abundance.
Yeah.
I have no problem shouting you out, shouting him out. If I'm wearing, shout out to, because I want you to win. You winning don't make me lose.
Come on.
But these niggas, they I'm not about to put you on so you can outshine me. That's just because they know they corny. So I don't really care. I don't really care about cosigns. I don't care about none of that shit because at the end of the day, when I make my lane, no one's gonna be able to say they put me on. I put myself on.
Designing for Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about that experience, being able to get in there and, you know, show him some stuff.
It was an incredible experience. I was living in my office. I needed money. I had a great friend that worked at OVO who gave me an incredible opportunity and gave me some game, and I would go in there and I would create merch and ideas, and he's like, yo, Drake just got this plane, you know, and I was like, Drake, Nike just did it.
Ooh.
Air Drake. To be honest with you, not a lot of people know, but it originally was Air David. I was coming out with some shoes called Air Davids, and the opportunity presented itself, and I was like, man, I ain't gonna have no fucking J anytime soon at the point. So I was just like, Air Drake, you know. But it was a beautiful.
I feel you.
Yeah. I'll take the check.
I feel you.
I'll take the drag. You know, so it's beautiful, man. My story is beautiful. You
exactly.
know? Sometimes when you in the deepest and darkest crevices of your life, where you might not know when the next check is coming, or you sad, you fucked up. When you in it, it's sometimes hard to see outside of it from a God's eye view. Yeah. But I've developed the God's eye view to know that even when I'm in the belly of the beast, that only lasts for so long. It's only temporary, and it only adds to the beauty of your movie. You look at Forrest Gump. I know you was about, but you look at Forrest Gump, and you look at all the fucked up shit that happened to Forrest Gump. But it's a beautiful movie.
Exactly.
And our lives are a collection of screenplays written by the divine. So when fucked up shit happens to you, instead of being sad about it, just look at it that it's just creating a beautiful story.
Talk to me about your vision and then creating that reality that went along with that vision, man, and then just those turbulent times to trying to make that vision a reality. Were there ever any times that you felt like walking away from it and doing something totally different, or was this something that you were like, okay,
no,
I'm not stopping till this
I've
manifests?
never once, and I can say this proudly, I've never once wanted to quit.
Yeah.
Never once. Never once when I didn't have enough money to really eat, so I was going to the taco truck underneath my office and getting beans. You know, never once when I couldn't afford to get home on a bus, so I was sleeping in bathrooms at the W Hotel. I've never wanted to quit. I've always found beauty in it. Kind of like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness. I used to be on the back of the bus, closing my eyes and visualize it being a tour bus, and I would talk to the bus driver as if he was my driver and shit. And I'd be in a tux just like this on a fucking bus. Niggas be like, this nigga crazy, you know. But like, I just find beauty in it. All life is all perspective.
Exactly.
A lot of the fuck shit that happens to a lot of us, it ain't even as bad as it is. It's just our perception of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for the next artist coming up behind you? Because at the end of the day, the stuff that you accomplish, I mean, it takes massive willpower and focus. What advice do you have for that younger you coming up, telling him what the hell he was going to have to navigate?
Younger me, number one, don't listen to anybody. Nobody. Fuck everybody. Fuck their opinions. Fuck your fam. Like, everybody is going to tell you everything that you should do. Yeah. But they never did it. How you gonna tell me how to build a bridge and you ain't never built the bridge? Yeah. Right? It's like telling a gorilla how to be a gorilla when you a giraffe. You know, it don't work. So I would tell the younger me, first off, go with your gut. God is in your gut.
That's right.
You know all of the answers. I do this exercise, and one day do it. You'll thank me later. So God is in the mind.
That's right.
So whenever I need an answer to something, I put my right index finger on my temple and I close my eyes and I say, Spirit, give me the answers, right? And I ask the question, and then there's this little voice that just whispers, and it says the first thing instinctually, and that's normally you should go with that. You could ask it anything. You say, God, Spirit, why am I so, what am I doing wrong in this relationship with this girl? Because you're insecure from some past traumas that happened when you were a kid that matriculated in this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, shit. You know? So, yeah. So, don't listen to nobody. And then spend as much time as you can sharpening your sword.
That's right.
Don't worry about the accolades. Don't worry about the clout. Don't worry about getting on. While everyone's partying, while everyone's at the club, while your friends is getting lit, be at home and focus on how to become the best you. Put in 10,000 hours.
That's right.
Something I did. Like, I really believe I'm one of the greatest to ever do it. With anybody. I stand next to anybody because I put in 20,000 hours. I could out-rap you, out-draw you, out-produce you. I'll make the film. I'll make the merch. I'll fuck your bitch.
Leave my bitch alone. Can I keep it to myself?
No, man. But you know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm with
10,000
you.
hours and whatever it is that you So don't listen to nobody. Put in the work. And then lastly, you are not in control.
Yeah.
You want to believe you're in control, but you're not in control. And the more you try to be in control, the more you're going to fuck your own shit up.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is put in the work, learn, and then open the door up and just let shit happen.
Facts.
And it shit's just going to happen, and you just got to be ready when shit happens.
You ain't never lied. How can these folks contact you, though, David?
Call me. Text me. 310-388-5193. Find me on Instagram, David Sebastian, anti-SABA. I might still be shadow banned. Sometimes, you can't find me. So it's DAVID SABASTIANANTI. Yeah, I'm around. You see me in your city, holla at me, give me a hug. I'm like, I might come off a certain way, but I'm a real nigga.
Exactly.
What I mean?
What do we need to be looking out for, though, Dave?
Everything, man. I'm dropping this album, We Are God, globally. I'm going to be doing galleries in LA, Atlanta, New York, Texas. I'm going to be fashion shows for Skid Row, fucking collaborations, Goodwill collaboration.
That's hard.
Yeah, drinks, food, weed. I'm doing everything, man. I'm fucking doing everything.
Answer me this, though, Dave. When you looked up and you started to get all of that access to be able to make those dreams become realities and be able to reach across all of those different, places to be creative, what was that like for you too, man? And then also when you had the money to be able to put behind yourself to make it do what it's supposed to.
Money is a tool.
Of course.
That's it. Money's not your God. Money is not happiness. Money is not serenity. Money is a tool. You want to build a house, you need money.
Come on.
Right? So having money now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's kind of fucked up.
Talk to me.
Because when I had no money, I was making beautiful shit for like nothing. I was using, I'll never forget, I was shooting a film like 2 years ago. It's going to come out after this next album. I have 5 albums already done, videos to every song already done. I'm like already in 2027 or some shit, right? And I remember I wanted to get a makeup artist to do a fake implant. Like someone had ripped the heart out, so it was like a blood implant. And this girl was someone who I actually gave an opportunity to so she could get some money. So I thought she was going to look out for me. No money. I'm making a movie with no money. Yo, can you help me? That's going to be $5,000. I said, $5,000? I said, you know what? I got another call. I'm going to call you back. Right? I went on YouTube. I Googled it. I went to the costume supply store. I spent $20 and actually I made the blood. I made the fake blood. I got honey. I got red and blue food coloring.
Yeah.
Right?
Whipped it up.
I'm literally on set of my film putting the shit, drying it with a blow. And it looks incredible. Now I got money, so I can just hire somebody. But when you don't got money, sometimes it's funner, man. Yeah. Because poverty, that's why you think black people are geniuses? Why do you think we've created everything? Yeah. Like everything a black necessity. Man, a black person is created because we needed it and we didn't have the resources to so we had to figure that shit out.
Come on.
My life is a culmination of just figuring shit out.
I'm with you. I'm with you. David, Appreciate you coming through this thing, boss. Wish you nothing but the best and much success. I'm looking forward to that album dropping real soon because I already know that thing gonna be crazy as hell.
Get off your chest, let these folks know, man.
I just want to say thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
It's an honor. I look forward to coming back as things progress.
I'm here for that.
Albums drop and Believe in Yourself Records 2021. Here we is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Beehive Radio, shout it. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. We gone.